back in the jar of the Bossman Show. We have a special guest for you, the Nicholls State Colonel's new head coach, Richie Riley, taking time out of his busy day to talk to us here on the show today. Coach, how's everything in Louisiana, man?
Going good, man. Going good. The rain has slowed down a little bit, and we got a nice day today, and got our whole team here. We just finished our second week together, and just trying to put everything together, man. A lot of new faces and mix them together with the returners that we have.
I hear that, Coach. And so what are you guys doing for his team building and bonding to get all these new faces together with the old faces to kind of become one accord now, so you guys can be ready to play when it tips off there in November?
You know, it's really like it's a huge challenge when you take over a program anytime, but our deal here is as unique as you'll see across the country. We've got the oldest team in college basketball. We have a lot of veteran guys. We don't have any freshmen or sophomores. It's weird how that happened. And we've got 7 returners, and then we've got 6 new guys that we brought in. 2 of those guys will be our Division I transfers, so they'll sit this year, but the rest are eligible to play now. So we're doing a ton of team stuff. We do what I call a road game once a week, where it's conditioning exercise, but it's all based on wins and losses. Just trying to develop that culture of, winning, to be honest with you. We're trying to get our guys where they expect to win, and they value everything as far as a win-loss goes. And I've got a young staff, and obviously I'm a younger guy as a head coach, so we spend a ton of time with our guys, and that's the priority for us right now, just showing them that it is a true family atmosphere, and we can't be as good as we need to be if we're not all together. And I've been proud of what we've done 2 weeks here. In a short amount of time, our guys have really bought into what we're trying to do.
And, Coach, that's amazing, because think about that. You have 7 returning guys and 6 new guys and a new coach. That could be a natural schism, but to bridge that gap is a wonderful thing. And 2 weeks, you've seen these guys already come together as one man, and for all these guys together, 13 guys for one common cause.
No, it is. It is. And there's nothing more important for us right now than blending this team together and them becoming brothers. I mean, it's crucial to what we're trying to do as far as building a program and the culture that we're trying to establish, that our guys, not only tolerate and, accept each other, but they embrace each other as family. And that takes work. It doesn't happen overnight. And, I've explained that to them. I don't expect them to be, family after 2 weeks. It's impossible. But by the time we get to November, we feel like we can be in a great place as far as our culture where we need to be, and, them feeling like family. And, some of our guys, to be honest with you, it's really unique, because some of our guys have been here redshirt as a freshman, so this is their 5th year of college basketball. And then we have a graduate transfer from North Texas. So obviously this is his last year of basketball at the collegiate level, but it's his first year at Nicholls. So all these different personalities and backgrounds and, experiences they've had, we just got to bring it all together for, one common goal.
Well, I hear that. And speaking of family, Coach, you had a new son recently. How has he been for you so far, and how are those late nights getting to you so far, Coach?
Yeah, it's the first one. Reese is my 2.5-year-old, and he was the worst sleeper you could imagine. Now Rock, our new son, turned a week old yesterday, and he's the best you can imagine. So the second time's a charm, I guess, as far as sleeping. So he's not kept us up too much, man. It really is a blessing to have 2 healthy boys. And, my wife, the pregnancy was really, smooth, and she's still recovering from the birth, but we're really blessed, man. It's great having Rock on board with us now.
So, Coach, looking down the road, down as they get 5, 6 years old, Coach, will you be putting a basketball in Reese and Rock's hands and get them trained up just like you were at EKU?
I hope they're a better player than me. I hope. My wife was actually a good player. She played at Pikeville College, which is an NAI school, and she actually coached there. That's how we met. She was the top women's assistant, and I was the top men's assistant years ago. So we have a lot of basketball in our family. So I would imagine that both of them sometime or another will develop some type of passion for basketball and want to play.
Coach,
I just hope they play something, man. I hope they play something and they, get excited about playing some type of sport. It doesn't have to be basketball.
Oh, I hear that, Coach. Cause I can see it now. I'm 29, so I can think about it. Maybe in 20 years, I'm interviewing Rocco Reese on the show. Like I interviewed their dad 20 years ago. So I can see that now.
I hope so. If they're that good, hopefully they make a decision that they want to play for their dad somewhere down the road.
There we go. That's how we do it there, Coach. We got Richie Riley here on the Bossman Show, Nicholls State new head coach down in Louisiana. Now, Coach, I'll tell you what, moving over there, that one seat, man, how's it been for you so far, going from assistant all these years now to running your own show?
It's a lot different, man. I've been told that by a lot of my bosses over the years. They talk about the different stresses you deal with, how much you worry. And you do, like, you worry a lot. Like, I worry about things that I didn't even think about as an assistant. But it's so rewarding, man, because you work so hard. And when I was a volunteer assistant at Georgetown College, High School, when I was, 20 years old, I didn't ever dream I'd get to be a Division I head coach, especially, at the age of 33. So I'm thankful for that. And, I just try to take advantage of every day, and I try the best I can to enjoy it. Like, I tell our guys to enjoy the process of getting better and enjoy the process of our team coming together and, like, cherish every moment. I need to take that advice more as a head coach. Like, I need to enjoy it more. But it's, it's challenging to do that because, you want to get things right. You want to create a program here that, our community and our school can be proud of. And, we want to eventually get to where we can win championships. So the best answer is I am enjoying it a lot, but I do feel a lot of the worry and the stress that comes along with being a head coach.
Oh, it's totally understandable because you got all that responsibilities on your shoulders now. So most definitely you're gonna worry a little bit. I can kind of feel your pain, Coach, as the director of this radio program and being the host and doing all. I feel your pain, Coach. I know how it feels to think about stuff in the middle of the night. Like, how can I make that better? Should I ask that question? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Coach, we're in the same game together right there, Coach.
No, you're right about that. You're right.
Now, I know we have your official visit on campus today, and so when it comes to recruiting, you feel like that being at your previous stops, knowing the lay of the lands in the South, on the Eastern Seaboard as well, and some towards out west, will help you, Coach, in getting guys to come to Nicholls State and help keep quality talent on your roster.
No, I do, and I'm lucky to have a great staff, some guys that believe in me enough to come down here and move their family down here and, help me build this thing. So I am fortunate to have a staff that's really good at what they do. And we recruit regionally very hard. I'm not from Louisiana, but we've done a great job at developing relationships. There's talent around us. We need to do a good job keeping them home. But we also have, accessibility across the country, especially on the East Coast and the South. And we can recruit nationally like that. I mean, you got our two transfers sitting out. One's from Baltimore, one's from D.C. We signed a junior college kid from Florida, another grad transfer from North Texas who's originally from Milwaukee, and another kid from Mississippi, and then one from Brooklyn, New York. So we recruit nationally. We really, really want to keep guys home, down here in Louisiana, because we are in an area where there is talent, guys that can help us win championships. But I think it's important with this job to be able to have a good mix, to be able to recruit here, keep guys home, but also to have the reach to go out and get some difference makers, nationally. So we mixed it up pretty good, and we got a big class coming up. We got to sign a lot of guys in the 17 class. We're excited about that. And then we, have the two kids sitting out, and then we will return some key guys as well.
Folks, Richie Riley here on the Bossman Show. Now, Coach, I talked to Wes Flanagan, who played for Cliff Ellis at Auburn. I want to ask you, what has he meant to you in your career, personally and professionally? And also, what the coaches who you worked for that really it's meant something to you, personally and professionally, maybe like a Jeff Neubauer or guys like that. What have they all done for you since you got this job at Nicholls State and helped mold you to be a coach you are today?
So I wouldn't be sitting here without those guys, and all of them have played a significant part of my growth as a coach, helping me get to a place where I'm comfortable and prepared to be a head coach. Like Cliff Ellis was the first guy that took a chance on me at the Division I level, and it was really a blessing to get to work for a future Hall of Famer, your first job. He taught me how to run a program, how to do more with less. I mean, you look at all his jobs that he's had, and he's won at every stop, and every one is a tough job. Like Coastal Carolina, he's made that job a lot better. He was at Auburn, and they were number one in the country. And I don't know if that'll ever be done again. I think Coach Pearl's going to kill it. But, like, Auburn number one in the country is unbelievable. Clemson, he won that regular season ACC at Clemson. That's another thing. It's tough to do. And then before that, South Alabama, he built that, took them to multiple NCAA tournaments. And then Coach Neubauer, who's at Fordham now, I was with him at Eastern Kentucky, and he taught me, to be detail-oriented. He's one of the most detailed people I've seen, one of the best offensive minds in college basketball. And then from there, I was with Coach Hass, Jared Hass, who's at Stanford now. I was at UAB with him, and he had worked with Coach Williams his whole career before UAB, and he taught me the value of family, like family within your program, appreciating your own family, and, not taking that for granted either. And, he's just one of the best people I've ever met in my life. And then my last boss, Brad Brownell, has done an unbelievable job at Clemson, Wright State before that, UNC Wilmington. But we won 10 games in the ACC last year, 4 straight top 25 wins. And he just has a culture of work. And I say to their guys a lot of times, like, a culture of work. And it's like that at Clemson. It allows them to, have a chance to beat, the teams in that league. The ACC is the best basketball league in the country to me. I think it's like SEC football, to be honest with you. I mean, it's just a cut above. And every year, he has his team right there. So I took a lot from those guys. Another guy that I'm, really thankful for our friendship is Shaka Smart. Since I've been a young coach, he's spent time, to talk to me and to mentor me and try to help me become the best coach I can when he didn't have to. And, he's another guy that I really, really look up to.
Now, Coach, I'm going to ask you this now, since you got all these different influences around you, Cliff Ellis, Coach Hass at Stanford, Shaka Smart here. How are we going to see your team play this year? Which style do you like the best? So which one, how are we going to see your team play this year? And when somebody watches your team play, what do you want them to take away from seeing your guys play every night on the court?
Yeah, defensively, we're an up-tempo team. We pressure you. We come after you for 40 minutes, and we want to make you uncomfortable. I tell our guys a lot of times, like, we want to own the last 8 minutes. And to do that, you've got to be in superb condition, which we're working at that now with our conditioning and with our strength coach and getting our bodies where we're capable of playing like that. Everybody talks about they want to play fast. You can't play fast unless you're in condition to play fast. So we pressure you and we come after you. Offensively, we're really unique. Like, our offense is we play fast in transition. We push on, make some misses. But in the half court, we're really predicated on spacing, cutting. Everything flows into some type of ball screen action, usually at the end. And I'm big in unselfish play and being disciplined offensively. Last year, Nicholls State averaged 12 assists to 15 turnovers a game, and that's not a winning formula. And I talk to our guys about it all the time. So we're sharpening up our ball skills. We want to make sure that we take care of the basketball. We always play unselfishly. We always play with discipline. And hopefully, how unique we are offensively with our spacing and cutting and our tempo and pace, it can be successful for us.
Now, Coach, a final question for you, Coach. I know you're an OVC guy. I went to Tennessee State. You went to EKU.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, to Tennessee State. So,
yeah.
So I want to ask you, on the OVC trail, what was your favorite road game or road arena to play in?
My favorite one, as an Eastern Kentucky Colonel, like, the biggest game for us is obviously Morehead State. It's a huge rivalry within the state. And it was always a big game, whether we went to Morehead or they came to us. It was packed. sold out usually. So I have like a special place in my heart for that rivalry. It's a great rivalry. Like I enjoyed coaching in it. I enjoyed playing in it when I was there. And, the toughest place now for me when I was there as a coach and a player, I didn't play as a player, but just the atmosphere was Murray State. I mean, it's a phenomenal atmosphere, man. Like it really was. And we went in there when they had Isaiah Cannon and they were, had a heck of a team. We went in there and played them tough. And it was a fun place to play. But that whole league's a really good league. I think people don't understand how good leagues are until you coach in them or play in them. But the OVC has some great coaches. Right now Tennessee State Dana is phenomenal. Like really good. He's done a heck of a job building that program. I think they're on an upward trajectory, man. I think he's going to do some special things down there.
Yeah, we just had him on a couple of weeks ago, and I'm going to tell you, his top assistant, Coach Pills, is hilarious.
He is. Yeah. I coached against him when I was at Coastal Carolina. He was the head coach at Windsor. Really, really good coach.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Coach. Every time I go to town at Nashville, I try to spend some time with Coach Pills because he's going to tell you something that's funny and just make you just laugh. And just his stories are so great. I'm like, Coach, just keep on talking. I just want to listen to this for another hour. So, he's great, man.
Yeah, he is. They're doing great things down there.
Now, Coach, you be playing any games close to Georgia or for our listeners here in Atlanta can come see you guys play or keep up with you?
The closest we get to Atlanta is Birmingham, which is 2 hours away, and we play. It's an exempt deal, and we'll play Bethune-Cookman on the 25th of November, and I think it's a day game. I think a 2:00 tip, and then on the 27th we'll play Samford.
Okay.
And I think it's a 7:00 tip maybe, and so it's a deal there, 14 deal, and it's all right there at Samford. And anybody that's listening, I would love for you to come watch us play. Give it a chance. Maybe you'll love what you see and come down to Thibodaux, Louisiana, and check us out sometime after that.
Hey, Coach, that's what we'll do, Coach. We'll have you on ahead of that tournament so we can make sure we can get people to go out there and see you guys play. Because I had Coach Eshawn on the show last week as well, so I know that's one of the guys pretty good as well. So I'll definitely I had on
for sure.
Yeah, so we'll definitely do that for you, Coach. We'll have you on before that so we come to Sanford so listeners can go out there and check you guys out, man. We're going to get Nicholls State on here to ATL, man, one way or another.
I love it. I appreciate you having me on, and anytime you guys have time for me, I'd love to come on again.
Yes, sir. Coach Riley, you have a great day, man. I hope you close that recruit, man.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
All right, folks. Richie Riley here on the Bossman Show.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consulting, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting or Twitter at Coach TWill24 or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, TrueSpeech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today. TrueSpeech and 313 Fresh. Family Grind ENT. Believe in it. Get it.
Folks, we're back here on the JR, the Bossman Show. We was just talking about how it was rough when guys get cut to tell a guy he's benched. And what better person I could find on the fly to follow the show than our man, Coach Donnie Tyndall, here on the Bossman Show. He's building a school down there in Athens, Tennessee, doing big things. He's still doing big things. People try to hold him down, but Coach is rising above it. Coach, what's up with you, man?
Boss man, how are you, my guy? You doing all right?
I'm doing good, Coach. Just having a discussion with the listeners out here and our previous guests about, the Sam Bradford trade and how he wanted to be traded from Philadelphia, Coach, because of they drafted Carson Wentz and signed Chase Daniel. And now Chase Daniel is ticked off because, hey, he thought he'll be starting, and now he's the backup to Carson Wentz and be the third-string quarterback if Bradford was still there. So I wanted to talk to a guy who's had to tell guys they had to make a decision that was best for the team or not building a team anymore. So for you, Coach, you had a situation like the Eagles have with a guy who thought he would be starting, but you said, no, you're still going to come off the bench or not starting. How would you handle that if you're a guy for a guy who feels as angry as Chase Daniel feels right now?
Well, the biggest thing is everyone needs to understand that roles have to be accepted. That's part of being a professional. That's part of being a part of any team. If you don't understand that the team and the sum of the parts is more important than any one individual, then unless you're just one of those elite select guys like a LeBron James or a Michael Jordan, then you're probably not going to be part of the team very long. That's just the way it works. And so eventually guys, whether they like it or not, they accept their role, and it's about competing and trying to get better every day and trying to eventually beat that guy who's in front of you out. And the other thing as a coach you got to be able to explain is, look, you may be frustrated, you may be hurt, but at the end of the day, in this game and in this sport, a lot of injuries happen too. So you've got to keep your mind right, and you've got to be prepared in case an injury does happen. If you're pouting, you're not feeling sorry for yourself, you're not prepared, all of a sudden, if a guy does get hurt and you're mentally not into the flow and you're not ready, then you're not going to play well when you do get your chance. So that's a big selling point coming from a coach too is, look, you got to be ready if a guy gets hurt to step in and be ready to go.
Now, Coach, would you ever tell a guy if a guy doesn't play well, I may revisit my decision, or you don't give a player that type of insight? You just kind of keep that between you and your staff.
No, I think you may not mention the fact about, if a guy doesn't play well, but you certainly want to say to a guy, look, we're gonna continue to give you an opportunity based on practice. If you continue to keep competing at a high level in practice, everything's about competition. And if you ever tell your team that a guy has a job locked up and it's not going to be open for competition, then, that's probably when your team and individuals stop improving. And we all understand there are certain guys that as long as they're healthy, they're not going to lose their starting job. But there are guys that understand too that if they continue to work and improve, they've got a chance to earn a chance to play or earn a starting role based on their productivity. And quarterback's one of those few positions where unless a guy is really playing poorly in the starting spot or he gets hurt, sometimes that second guy never does get a chance to play or prove himself. But there are times when a guy's really struggling or playing poorly that they pull him and give that second guy a chance to step in there. So you just got to be prepared, and I think a coach has got to do a good job of saying, hey, if you get your chance, be ready and continue to practice well to show us you deserve that opportunity.
And folks, we're joined by Donnie Tyndall here on the Bossman Show, discussing from a coach's perspective how to handle a guy like Chase Daniel, who's very angry about his mention to Carson Wentz. And I looked at his stats, Coach. Chase Daniels only started 2 games in the league. They were last game of the seasons, not meaningful games, And Wentz is starting none, so I know he's gotten paid some $7 million a year to be a backup quarterback, but on the field wise, for his playing game action, he doesn't have really much of a leg up on Carson Wentz. So how can he feel entitled that because he traded away Sam Bradford, I should be the starter? Because this was the talk all day about how he's very ticked off about this, and he somewhat wants out of there, and he wants a trade or a new scenery now since this is going down this way.
Well, there's a lot of guys that just got cut and are on an NFL roster that are saying, they think they deserve his spot as the backup quarterback. So he better be careful what he wishes for. All of a sudden, he might be out of the league and be wishing he wanted to said anything and wishing he was the backup quarterback somewhere. So a lot of times you probably ought to just be quiet and continue to bust your tail. And if you're good enough, once you get your chance, your play will speak for itself. When you're a guy that started 2 NFL games and you haven't been super productive in the 2 games you have started, it's probably best you just kind of be low-key, continue to bust your tail, collect those paychecks, because those paychecks at that level, JR, in case you don't know, they're pretty darn nice.
Yes.
And go about your business and do your job like a professional. And if nothing else, you're going to continue to get a nice little deposit at the end of each month and get to travel around the country doing what you love to do.
Now, Coach, do you feel like the Saints should give Drew Brees what he wants, 4 years, $100 million? That's what he said he wants from the Saints, 4 years, $100 million to re-sign with them.
Well, here's the thing. You're always going to be split 50-50 in these situations because a lot of people are going to say, well, that's what he deserves. That's what he should get based on what he's already done for that organization. And you can't hardly argue with that. He's won a Super Bowl. He's a Hall of Famer. His statistics speak for himself. He's a model citizen in the community. He's done unbelievable things for youth organizations and charitable organizations in that community. So all those things come into play when you say, yes, they should give him that money and let him end his career as a New Orleans Saint. On the business side of things, when you know that he is on the tail end of his career and their team, their organization is on a little bit of a downslide, you say, well, where he's at in his career, things are winding down. That's probably too much money for where his game is at right now. He probably isn't a guy that deserves $25 million a year for his play. That's too much. Let's put that money into other guys. Let's sink it into some other guys where we can build this roster, go with some youth and athleticism, and build this thing for the future. So there's 2 sides of it, and I understand both sides. You want to be loyal to the guys that have done great things for your organization. On the flip side, you feel like you owe it to your fans and the franchise to continue to build and grow and improve to try to win a Super Bowl down the road.
And you're right, Coach. I feel like this about Drew Brees. I mean, all that money is tied up in this guy, but they still have no defense in New Orleans. They can't even stop a nosebleed down there, man. So, I mean, Drew Brees can't outscore you anymore because their defense is so poor down there. You fired Rob Ryan, got Dennis Allen there. Think how many coordinators the Saints have been through on defense, and they still can't stop anybody.
Well, I know one guy that wishes they would have sunk some money in the defense, and that's Rob Ryan. I know that.
Oh, yeah, the Ryan brothers up there in Buffalo. Now, Coach, it has to be real interesting for those 2 guys. Their coach name is on the line in Buffalo, man. The Ryan brothers, if they fail this year, I think they both would be out of football next year real quick.
Well, it's just year 2, and I like Rex Ryan, and I'm not as big of a Rob Ryan fan, but I certainly like Rex and hope that they can get that thing going in the right direction. I think he's a man's man. He's a football guy, and you can tell he is very, very passionate about what he does. So I'm hopeful they can turn the corner and get that thing going in the right direction. I think, last year they had some untimely injuries and maybe we're inconsistent at the quarterback position, but that's part of the NFL. You've got to have depth and you've got to have solid, consistent play at the QB spot, and I'm hopeful he'll get that because I'll admit I'm a fan of his, and hope like heck he has success this year.
Now, Coach, before we let you go, Coach, can you tell the people, we haven't heard from you since March, man. What's all been new with you? What you got new that you want to share with the Bossman listening audience out here on the Boston Radio Network here?
Well, I actually have my NCAA appeal hearing this week. I'll be in Indianapolis for that on Thursday, and hope that goes the way it should, which will be to have this horrible decision overturned and be able to get on with my life. And if not, we'll take this thing to federal court where we'll sue the NCAA for millions of dollars and go that direction. In the meantime, I've got some coaching opportunities in the developmental league that I'm pursuing, and then I've opened up a prep academy here in Tennessee where we'll have a young team, about 15 guys that'll travel around and play about 40 games. I won't coach the team, but I'll kind of run the day-to-day operations and do that, try to help some young guys get into college and achieve their goals and dreams. So we're staying busy with some different things, but certainly hoping this appeal goes the way it should.
And, Coach, we here at the Bossman Show want it to go your way as well. And, Coach, I tell you what, thank you so much on short notice, Coach. You the man. I knew how to call and talk to about this real quick on the fly. You the man, Coach. Keep it up, man.
You got it, buddy. Thanks for having me, boss man. Talk to you soon.
No doubt, folks. Donnie Tyndall here on the Bossman Show. Coming up next, Ray Harper.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consulting, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, TrueSpeech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today, TrueSpeech and 313 Fresh. Family Grind ENT. Believe in it, get it.
folks, we're back on the Jar of the Bossman Show. We have a great show for you. And as promised, I told y'all I would get him on the show. Just be patient with me. New Jacksonville State Gamecocks head coach, formerly Western Kentucky. It's Ray Harper on the Bossman Show. Coach Harper, great to talk to you. Great to have you on the line with us. How's life treating you after a nice Labor Day holiday weekend?
Everything's good. It's good to get the guys back today and get back to work and now close it out with the boss man. I mean, it doesn't get much better.
Yes, indeed, Coach. So how are you feeling, man? How was your spring and summer with your guys? And are you looking forward to getting on the court in October and get ready into the real flow come a month or so from now?
Well, it's been good. They've been a great group to work with and trying to get to know them not only as players but off the court as well. So, it's an entirely new team for me, and I'm excited. I think we've got some really good young kids. We've got some good returners, just a really good blend.
And now, Coach, what about this opportunity Jacksonville State opened your eyes? I know you resigned from Western Kentucky and you took this job here at Jacksonville State. What about Jacksonville State caught your attention as you want to join them in the OVC and go forward with the Gamecocks?
Well, I grew up in OVC country. You got that whole Belmont and Murray State in that area. So I know what kind of league it is. And then I just felt like it was a program that had a lot of potential. Haven't been to the conference tournament in 8 years. So I'd just, really build something from the ground up. And that's what we're looking forward to.
And like you said, Coach, you know the OVC grounds where you grew up at, so recruiting-wise, it's going to be pretty good for you because you kind of led Atlanta already. Because being at Western, you're right in the middle of OVC country anyway. Being at Western, so you kind of know where they're going to go to look for players. You got Memphis, Atlanta, Mississippi, Kentucky. So where you see yourself and your staff kind of target early on to get guys to come to your roster this year, next year, going forward?
Well, we talked a lot about Alabama and Georgia right here in our backyards. But, with this first class, I mean, we've got guys from Lithuania, from Israel, from Baltimore, from Baton Rouge. So I can't even think of all the places, Gulfport, Mississippi. And so we did a variety. We got them from everywhere, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to target. We're not going to limit ourselves to one particular area, but obviously we'd love to recruit our own backyard.
I hear that. Like you said, Coach, you got a lot of talent right here in the Atlanta area, right there, Jacksonville, Alabama. So like you said, you're in a hotbed for real because I can tell you, Coach, I see a lot of coaches come through here all the time out here. I'm like, what you doing here? And he's looking for players. I'm like, I know what you mean. There's a bunch of them out here.
You got that. And we did sign one freshman from Lithonia, Georgia, who we're very high on. So, we were able to grab one out of that state from this class.
Good deal. Now, Coach, how's Jacksonville's community been treating you since you and your family has been down there? Are you and your family adjusting to it real nice down there?
It's been good. It's a great college town. Obviously, football started, and we've got a great football team. Team's going to be fun to follow and hopefully have a chance to go back and try to win a national championship.
Folks, you got Ray Harper here on the Bossman Show. And looking ahead to your OVC schedule here, Coach, you get in the league with Belmont's been winning for years. Murray State's been winning for years. Tennessee State's improving. Tennessee Tech's improving as well. So looking at what you have in the league, what are you thinking about your team for the guys you have? You got some guys returning, so are they helping you kind of figure out the league, or you guys kind of scouting old tape already, kind of get a feel for what you're going to see come January?
Well, the biggest thing we talk about is toughness. On both ends of the court, we may not be the most talented every night, but one of the things we're going to pride ourselves on is being a good defensive team and always being the toughest. And I think if that's the case, you give yourself a chance every time you step on the court. So that's our goal. And, I know it's going to be a tough league, but we're looking forward to the challenge.
Yes, indeed. And, Coach, I want to ask you this question because a lot of coaches I talk to are interested answers about this, Coach. So who in your coaching career has been the biggest impact on you professionally and personally? Who are some guys you've worked for in the past, worked with that kind of inspired you to go on and coach the way you have all these years?
Well, my dad coached me when I was growing up in Little League, Babe Ruth, baseball and all that. So, you start there and then worked for Wayne Chapman, his son's probably more famous than him, Rex Chapman, but probably one of the best basketball minds I've ever been around. I learned a ton of basketball being his assistant, and was fortunate enough to play for two very good coaches in college, and Abe Lemons and Mike Polio. So just take a little bit from a lot of different guys.
I hear that, and you know what? Like you said, man, you always never know who you can learn something from. Like for me, it was my dad. My dad was an entrepreneur, and he was a talker, so I got naturally how to talk on the radio and be a talker and just be a people person, So I kudos to that. So I definitely understand what you mean about your dad being your first inspiration, because that was definitely for me. And my inspiration to be a radio guy, was my dad. So I definitely understand you on that one, Coach.
Well, it's got to start somewhere, and I've been very fortunate to be a part of some very good basketball teams and be around some really good players and some really good people. So I feel blessed.
Now, Coach, I know a lot of you guys kind of, when you come in new, the schedule's kind of made for you, and non-conference schedule's kind of made for you already. Now, going forward, how do you foresee yourself making the schedule out for your guys? Will you try to maybe get some people to come play you at Jacksonville State, or maybe play a tough away schedule to get you ready for OVC play? So how you feel like you're going to be doing that going forward?
Well, I can assure you the tough away schedule is going to start this season. We have 2 home games outside the league.
Wow.
And, we had a lot of those games were already contracted when we got here. And then when we started to try to schedule games, it was almost impossible. Everybody wanted to start a series, but they had to start it at their place. And so it'll balance out. We'll get next season, I think we have 8 or 9 home games and non-conference. And then year 3, we feel like we'll try to balance it out, 5 or 6 non-conference games at home each year. But we'll get tested. We open the season at Tulsa. We go to Maryland. We're in tournament out in Vegas. We play at TCU. So, we know we're going to get challenged.
That sounds like a murderer's row there, Coach. I mean, wow. You jumping in
right
the barrel early.
And that's right out of the gate. So, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. And I think it's a team that will get better over the course of the season. And our goal with this team is when we hit January and conference play begins, that we're playing good basketball.
Now, Coach, I really like the rule changes last year of the 30-second shot clock, the freedom of movement. But for me, Coach, I feel like there's something lacking. I would love to see them go to a 4 quarters routine, maybe 24-second shot clock like they act the NBA a little bit, or even advance the ball in the second half or last quarter. I feel like that'll make the game more exciting. So anything that you think in your mind to make the game a little more exciting that you may want to see put in next rules committee meetings?
I'd like the 4 quarters. I think again, you're not going to see as many free throws, so you're not going to see quite as much stoppage of play if you do that. So they're always looking for scoring to go up and speed the game up. I'm not sure that would increase scoring, but the way I see guys shoot free throws, it may increase it. And then I'm not sure about the advancement of maybe in the last minute of a game or last 30 seconds of a game, you could take a timeout and advance the ball into the front court like the NBA does. But, I thought some of the rule changes were good. Thought it helped the game. It's just got to be consistent with officials throughout the season. They always start the season really calling the new rules, and as long as they stay with it, you have to adjust. But you don't want to see them calling a lot of fouls early, and then all of a sudden late in the season they quit calling them.
Yeah, because it seemed like last year, as watching as a fan and covering games, like you never knew how they was going to call it from game to game, and then you have guys scared to actually defend, which is causing more open shots. They're backing off at guys, and they're not really getting into the guys, and there's open shots. Guys are setting ball screens and back cuts, and it's just open up too much when the referees kind of force your defense to be soft in a way.
Right, and I don't like that. When you can't be tough and you can't be physical. I think it. I understand keeping the hands off ball handlers. I get that, but the game, it is a physicality part to the game, and I hope they don't take that entirely away from college basketball.
Now, Coach, follow one for you, Coach. I tell you what, I know it's been a whirlwind for you. You've been a new head coach down in Jacksonville State, man. If you could share with us what a typical day like has been for you since you've been hired down there with the Gamecocks.
Oh, wow. Where do you start? We got here April the 6th, and my wife arrived August 15th, maybe.
Wow.
So, it was we had a house in Kentucky that we were going to try to sell, and basically talked about there's no need to be here. I wasn't going to be home anyway. Myself and the first two assistants that I hired, we were, nonstop, 24/7, and we were able to sign 8 guys and schedule, I think it was 8 games in a matter of, 30 days. So, and then all of a sudden you had guys back in summer school, starting in May. And so we had May and June, July, we had guys back in summer school and had the opportunity to get to know those guys on the court and watch them continue to get better. So it's been good. And, again, we're in week 3 of our school here, and right around the corner, October 1st will be our first official day of practice.
I hear that. Well, Coach, I'll definitely look forward to seeing you guys play. I do cover OVC basketball. I cover Belmont, Tennessee State, and those teams up that way, a little bit Austin Peay when I can. So I'll definitely see you.
Bossman, you said you cover those guys. Now, you better include Jack State in that because we're just right down the road from you.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
You're right down I-20. Yes, correct.
You're invited to any game now.
Okay.
So, front row.
Hey, front row. Hey, you have to fight. I'm going to say something real quick, Coach. Coach Dan McKell told me last year, he's like, JR, every time you come to the game, boss, man, we always win. We're 4-0 when you show up. So I need you to be here more often. So when I do show up, Coach, it's a good omen usually when I come to the game. So,
I'm looking forward to having you a lot of home games then.
Exactly, Coach. We can make it happen, man. Hey, look, send me a schedule, but I'll definitely make some dates around to come see you guys play in Jacksonville, man. I love coming down there. It's always fun when I come to Jacksonville and see you guys play, man. So look forward to it.
All right, I'll do it. I'll get you a schedule and look forward to seeing you.
All right, Coach. Have a good one, man.
All right, man. You too.
All right. Folks, Ray Harper here on the Bossman Show.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consulting, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting or Twitter at Coach TWill24 or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
Hip hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, TrueSpeech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today. TrueSpeech and 313 Fresh. Family Grind ENT. Believe in it. Get it.
Je m'appelle Ivy Laker.
Back in the Bossman Show. Had a great show for you. Richie Riley of Nicholls State, Donnie Tyndall, and Ray Harper of Jacksonville State. Now, my man's here. TrueSpeech for the Boss Report Speech. What's good, bro?
What's going on? What's going on, there?
Oh, man, never much come off this holiday break, man. Ready to get back at it, man.
I know, dog. Let's see what the boss will have in store for us today.
No doubt. Folks, you've been waiting on it. It's time for it. It's here. It's the Boss Report. First story, dog, is this. Japanese man arrested after skipping out on taxi fare that took him on a 528-mile trip.
What? 528 miles in a cab?
Yes.
How much does that cost, bro? Good Lord. How much was that?
$9,000 for a cab. It must have been a very loaded cab, wasn't it?
Dude, what in the world?
Should have called Uber. Uber everywhere.
That's what I'm saying. That's nuts.
I might skip that fare, too. I ain't gonna lie.
Man, but my whole thing is, as a cab driver,
how about you rent a car? How about that?
This is true, but at the same time, like, I would legit ask me if I was a cab driver, if somebody's like, hey, yo, I want to go, 1,000 miles away, I'd be like, I don't know about that. That seems fishy. It's like you gotta use your common sense. You gotta know he's up to something at some point in time.
Exactly. And Texas DUI suspect arrested after throwing pizza during arrest.
Was it delivery or was it DiGiorno's?
It was Pizza Hut, actually.
Oh, well, there you go. I mean, I guess there's one way to eat Pizza Hut. Who did it?
Yeah, it was old Pizza Hut, and this next story right here may raise some eyebrows, but who cares? Alabama radio host arrested after trafficking methamphetamines via a hotel suite.
Whipping that Walter White? Y'all think about that double life. He's trying to get that meth money.
Exactly.
Somebody had to learn how to cook, bro. They took their cooking skills to the kitchen for real. They're like, man, I need to cook up a plate. Oh, wait, why don't I just cook up a plate?
You got that right. And this is very stupid and simple. Brooklyn man arrested for stealing a beef patty at gunpoint.
Hey, what? He got arrested for stealing a hamburger at gunpoint, bro?
Yes.
That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Literally, one of the stupidest things I've ever heard. You're going to go to jail because you robbed somebody for a hamburger, bro. A hamburger. How stupid can one be?
Exactly. Very, very stupid. And here we go. Single mother of 5 kids arrested after failing to mow her lawn.
So are they saying it was reckless endangerment or neglect? Like, how is that a crime? Because I know quite a few people that need to be arrested right now.
Quote, it was too high per city ordinance standards.
I think that's just, like, unnecessary. Like, I really do think that's just unnecessary.
Does that sound like something else that we don't like?
Does it rhymes with unlawful rubbish?
Yes.
Yeah, I like that agree.
That's what's like to me. One-armed Missouri man arrested after using prosthetic limb in multiple assaults.
You know, I thought I heard you say one arm, but then I wasn't sure. But then when you said multiple assaults with prosthetic, I said, yep. You said one arm. You said one arm.
Yep. He did one-arm attacks, man. Made it happen.
That's, that's kind of, I don't want to say embarrassing. But it's kind of hard to really explain like, how you got beat with one arm with a prosthetic limb. Like, that's kind of hard story to explain and get across. You know what I mean?
I agree. And this is a very common theme here on the Boss Report lately. Our woman arrested after trying to hide pot and meth in her box.
When do people realize that that's not the best hiding place for drugs and narcotics? Like, there are so many other hiding places that are better than that, but, one good sneeze and it's popping right out of there. So, I think people just need to find a better way to transport narcotics. Or, maybe?
I would agree. And Florida man claims he invented the iPhone in 1992. He's suing Apple for $10 billion.
You said billion with a B, right?
Yes, 10 billion. Yes, 10 billion.
Like a billion?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I also don't think that iPhones came out in 92, nor did anyone have the proprietary technology to create an iPhone in 1992. The cell phones really didn't become popular, really, until 1995, and I really thought he was going to get $10 million.
Exactly. Check this stupidness out. Seattle man arrested for scanning his penis at the supermarket checkout.
Did he think that he could pay for his groceries with it?
That part I do not know.
Because I'm trying to rationalize why one would consider that to be a good idea. But I don't really understand why one would think that would be a good idea.
Exactly.
Wait, so he pulled it out and just scanned it?
Yes.
What if it was a scam, bro? Like, legit. Like, let's just keep it 100. What if it was a scam? That would have been like the funniest Boss Report story of all time. I would literally would have had no jokes. I had no jokes. I had no commentary. I had nothing to say.
Yeah. Yep, he scanned it and nothing happened. He was actually angry that it wouldn't scan.
I was what? I mean, what was he looking for? Like, did he have money on it? I mean, I don't really understand what he was trying to get here. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Really? And check this out. Philadelphia man arrested after shooting girlfriend with a crossbow because her box was foul when it was time to get their freak on.
That's a very violent and gross overreaction to something. I really thought they could have just took a shower, but I don't really think that was necessary. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that wasn't necessary. I'm going to have to say with certainty that was not necessary. There were other means.
Exactly. Florida man arrested after punching swan, dog, and bird due to, quote, their stupid looks at him.
No, I mean, you had me at punching swan.
Dog, he punched a dog and some birds, too.
I mean, he just went on a whole, like... I mean, like, he legit just went in and just started punching everything and everybody.
Yep.
Like, I'm really just concerned and confused about that. That's a very angry response. Very, very angry.
Yes.
I think that's a good reaction. That's a GOR, man. I'm going to have to say that's a GOR.
It is. Georgia man arrested after attacking police over green quarters and how tight the officer's pants was on her butt.
What?
Yeah. He attacked the police over green quarters and how tight the officer's pants was on her butt.
Huh. Wow, that is a messed up layer story. I mean, it took me to a few different places in the few minutes that we were talking about it. I'm very confused about life right now, and I refuse to believe it to that story. I have to say, quite confused and quite concerned. I mean, the cop just went for it. Like, I mean, I'm just trying to figure this out and trying to put the story together.
Yeah, like the cop was just shocked. She was attacked over green quarters and how tight her pants was on her butt. Kind of threw him off. Threw her off.
What state was this in, out of curiosity?
Georgia.
Okay, all right. See, if you would have said another state that was a little southern, then it would have made sense. But I don't know, bro. I don't know. I can't understand now for the life of me, dog. That's a mystery.
You know what another lady story is? I edited from the story, but I'll tell you anyway. He was ejected from the Taco Mac 12 minutes prior to his attack of a police officer.
What is the hell? Why is it always the Taco Mac, bro? Why does it always go down at the Taco Mac?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, we got to get Taco Mac on board, dog. I'll say the word Taco Mac more times in the show. Any other restaurant, I think, in the history of the restaurant.
Exactly.
Damn Taco Mac.
And Waffle House, too. Taco Mac, Waffle House, or Wendy's.
It be going down, bro. It be going down.
Well.
Damn Taco Mac. What do you know? Damn Taco Mac.
Yeah. And Seattle man arrested after trying to kiss sleeping women and insert his Johnson into their mouths while asleep on an airplane.
What? What?
Yeah.
No, that's not okay. What would possess somebody to even do some nonsense like that, bro? I don't even understand that. I literally and truly do not understand how somebody would think that would be okay. Like, what thought process has to transpire in the human brain to really just sit there and be like, you know what I should do? I should commit a sexual assault. Like, I just don't get it. I don't understand it.
Exactly. I don't get this. 2 hood rats arrested for leaving their baby in the hot car while they got their freak on. Get this, bro. Got their freak on at Service Merchandise and the Academy Sports and Outdoors around the corner from their apartment complex.
Wait a minute. The hood rats had sex with each other?
No. Workers at Service Merchandise and at the Academy Sports and Outdoors around the corner from their apartment complex.
Okay, I thought you meant that they had sex with each other at the thing.
And they had sex in the fitting room at the Academy and in the back stock room of Service Merchandise.
Well, what do you know? Yeah. Could they not have waited?
Is it worse than the H.H. Greg story, bro? Is it worse than H.H. Greg? Is it worse than that?
Probably not. No, I don't think it's worse than H.H. Greg. I really don't. I think H.H. Greg was one of the worst. One of the worst. By far. Jesus take the wheel here. We have a
priest punching groom's brother in the face during wedding due to, quote, his bad breath and looking at his nun friends.
Dog, wait a minute. You said the priest punched the groom's brother. That sounds like a hood rat ghetto little story if I ever heard one, bro.
Yes. Due to his bad breath looking at his, quote, nun friends.
His what friends?
His, quote, nun friends.
That's stupid.
Yeah. Yep. And here we go. Georgia man arrested after illegally impersonating a cop to jump the line at the food bank.
Said illegally impersonating a cop. How? I mean, did he have the cop uniform on? Like, I'm just confused as to how
he had on a full
impersonate a cop.
APD outfit.
Dog. Oh my God. The dedication has to be admired. Like, you gotta admire the dedication.
Yes. Exactly.
But he has a felony for being stupid now. Like, I hope he understands that. He just got a felony.
Yeah, he does. Yes, he
does. That's a
does.
major felony. Like, that's a major felony.
Major. And if you're a cop, why are you to be at the food bank anyway if you're a cop?
Dude, I don't even know.
I'm pretty sure cops make good money in Atlanta. I'm pretty sure.
This is true.
It's Atlanta. I'm pretty sure they make between mid-40s and lower 50s to start off. I'm pretty sure. So you shouldn't have to be at the food bank. But here we go. Naked Florida man arrested after jumping airport fence to, quote, go back to Cuba and find some hoes.
See, I knew Florida wasn't going to disappoint me. I was waiting on it. I'm like, Florida's going to make an appearance on this boss report, and sure enough it did. Florida man. All right now, Florida man. Sure enough. But you try to go back to Cuba and find some hoes. All right now. That's weird, but okay. I'll let you have that, Florida man. Let you have that.
Michigan teacher fired and arrested after being caught peeing and jerking off in his own backyard.
We'll take you as an indecent exposure. Okay, so I'm just trying to rationalize. I'm like, did he not have another? Could he not have just gone inside? I mean, like if it's your house, can't you just go inside and do those things?
I would think so.
I mean, do you need to be like right there to do these things? I'm just weird, very, very, very weird. I must say, that is weird, bro. So I mean, technically it's his property, but at the same time, you can't just walk around with your strong out. You damn sure can't just walk around jerking and peeing all over the damn place either. In public, that's a decent exposure, and that's gonna put you on the sex offenders list. That's the damn sure. So it's just like super weird that somebody would do something like that. It just makes it odd, and it makes it weird, and it makes it not okay. And you could just went to crib, like you wanted to crank one or whatever the case may be. You could have just went home, like inside your residence, and did that.
Exactly. And Washington mail thief arrested after trying to escape with his bounty on a kayak.
How far did this nigga really think he was gonna get with a kayak? I mean, where did you really think he was gonna go with a kayak, bro? Seriously. Crazy. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here, bro. I'm here. It's just stuff is crazy, man.
Kayak, bro. Kayak. I don't know. You got me on the kayak.
Yeah, and trying to get across the Potomac River in a kayak. Like you're in Revolutionary War or something.
Literally, it's stupid, but it's a whole new level of stupid. Like, it's super stupid.
Very. And elsewhere in the world, Italian circus investigated for disguising dogs as pandas.
Disguising dogs as what, bro?
Dogs as pandas.
how, man? How big are these damn dogs so that people actually even would be considered to believe that they were pandas?
They were souped up on steroids and HGH.
Had to be. I mean, Jesus, dog. Those are long. I mean, come on, man. We're talking about dogs and pandas. Noticeably different between the two, but if they managed to pull it off, then I guess.
Yes, and also a Louisiana woman arrested for trying to forcefully steal shoes off of young boy's feet at the mall.
Come on, man. What type of grown-ass woman wants to do something like that? That's sick, bro. I mean, as a kid, like, you going around from a kid, like, come on, man. That's terrible.
Oh, yeah. Super terrible. Just like the scum of the earth, terrible. And
I mean, stealing from a kid, like, come on.
Exactly. I'm like, really? And a New York woman arrested for driving erratically and being drunk on vanilla extract, alcohol, rubbing alcohol, peroxide, and vegetable oil.
That's a hell of a concoction, man. It sounds like some country-ass moonshine. It sounds like country-ass version of moonshine jungle juice. And that's what it really sounds like.
Yeah, it was terrible. Like, now, I know vanilla extract can get
yeah,
you...
it's like 20% alcohol or something like that. But, I mean, you know, just to actually drink it is ridiculous.
Yeah. And it's just terrible. And another story here. Florida man arrested after soliciting sex with dogs on Craigslist.
What type of Craigslist description do you have to have in order to solicit dog sex? I mean, what do you say? Like, only looking for furry, four-legged friends or something like that? Like, I really don't understand what type of caption or description you have in order to solicit somebody for dog sex. It makes it completely ridiculous.
Very much so. And final story of this week's Boss Report is this. Georgia man arrested after claiming he's a cop to avoid ticket, catches a felony charge and a divorce from his wife.
So he called a felony and divorced his wife? That's the last person you need to divorce. And she putting up with your ridiculously stupid self. Like, come on, bro. You're a dumbass. How you divorce? Well, I guess it comes from the same individual who pretended to be a cop. Like, you can't ask so much of the intellectual department, I guess.
Exactly. Ooh-wee. Now, bro, what is your take on today's report, man?
Today's report was extensive. It was definitely extensive. The stories were unreal. But why is it that we have so many accounts of people impersonating the cops? Did they not realize it's a felony to do so? Like, not like a little felony, you know, but like a felony. Like you go to jail felony.
Exactly. Today's stories were just different. Like, they were all over the place.
All over the place.
None of them had any rhyme or reason or nothing. And shockingly, Florida was not that involved today.
Dude, I'm so shocked that I don't know what to do.
Like, the state of Florida didn't get anything that was calm last week? Really? It's a new trend here, but the Florida stories we did get were off the chain.
Oh, for sure. That's most definitely, but it wasn't that many. Not like normal.
So, bro, before we go, man, tell us about what's going on, family grinding. And see, I know you was out in Salt Lake City, Utah, doing your thing. How was that, man?
Oh, man, Salt Lake City was amazing, as always. The people show so much love out there, man. It was super dope, dog. Big shout out to the homie Maurice for he bought us off for his birthday. G-Life, you know, the Island tour, the Silent Giants tour, man. They brought us out. Super, super dope, bro. Super, super dope. Club X was amazing. The crowd showed us so much love. Shout out to all the Battle Axe Warriors that came out, showed love, man. It was a great, great show, dude. We shut it down. But they showed so much just genuine love for what we did for the music, man. Shout out to everybody that performed. Shout out to everybody that made it possible and made it happen. People need to hit up familygrind.com. Hopefully we can get that footage processed and out to you as soon as possible if you missed it. You know what I mean? And we also got a few other things popping off. Can't give you all the details just yet, but y'all know every time I got to keep something under wraps, that means it's going to be big. You know that. So familygrind.com is the website. Subscribe to the newsletter so you can be the first one to know. If you got YouTube, youtube.com/FGETV. We got videos. And definitely happy to announce that Family Grind has officially got a new signee, man. $P. $P coming very soon. So everybody needs to check that out. He got a teaser available on the YouTube page, youtube.com/FGETV. And you hit up soundcloud.com/familygrind. You can check out what $P got in store for you, man. It's definitely going to be a great project, great release. I'm so happy to finally have, this brother finally releasing music. And we can't wait, man. Can't wait.
No doubt. Well, folks, we all support here on the Bossman Show, BossmanShow.com.
And if you don't know, now you know.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consulting, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, TrueSpeech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today, TrueSpeech and 313 Fresh. Family Grind ENT. Believe in it, get it.